The world had been decimated by a deadly virus, leaving only a few pockets of survivors struggling to find their way through the ruins of civilization. Among them, a small group of men and women banded together with one common goal: to find a cure. Time was running out, the virus spreading like wildfire, and resources were scarce. But they refused to give up hope. Their leader, Dr. Sarah Lawson, was a brilliant scientist who had dedicated her life to finding remedies for mankind's greatest illnesses. Her team consisted of Ethan, a skilled and resourceful survivor; Maya, a medical expert; and James, a former soldier and the group's protector. Together, they scoured the abandoned cities, searching for any signs of a breakthrough. As they ventured deeper into the wasteland, they began to encounter ruthless scavengers who sought to control what remained of the world. These scavengers would stop at nothing to claim the limited resources, forcing the group to defend themselves using whatever means necessary. It became a constant battle between survival and their quest for a cure. But amidst the chaos, they started uncovering clues that the deadly virus was not a natural occurrence. It was man-made, and worse, designed to eliminate specific groups of people. The discovery shook them to their core, raising questions of who was behind this conspiracy and why. They held on to the hope that the cure they were desperately seeking could also shed light on the truth. With each passing day, their journey became more treacherous. The scavengers grew more violent, and their search for the mastermind behind the virus became even more dangerous. Still, they pressed on, fueled by the belief that saving as many lives as possible was worth the risk. Finally, after months of tireless searching, their efforts paid off. Dr. Lawson and her team managed to develop a cure. However, the dilemma now lay in who would receive it. With limited supplies, they had to decide who was deemed worthy. Ethical dilemmas tore at their souls, looking at the greater good versus individual survival. They held a meeting, discussing potential criteria. As they deliberated, arguments arose, friendships faltered. It was a heartbreaking process, as each of them had their own perspective and biases. Ultimately, they came to a consensus, agreeing to prioritize frontline healthcare workers, children, and those most at risk. The next stage was distributing the cure, and it became a race against time once again. The group split up, each taking on the responsibility of reaching out to the communities most in need. It was a perilous journey, but they pushed through, determined to offer a glimmer of hope to those on the brink of death. In the end, the cure reached those who needed it most, saving countless lives. But the scars of their journey ran deep, forever changed by what they had witnessed and experienced. As they returned to their meeting spot, their eyes met with a mix of relief and sadness. They questioned the price they had paid for their accomplishments, knowing they could never free themselves from the burden of deciding who lived and who died. But they had fought for a future where no one would have to face the same heart-wrenching choices they did. And in their small group, they found solace, knowing they had done what they could to make a difference in a world that had been left in ruins.